Hello, my soul tribe. Welcome to the astrology forecast for a very intense and potent and important Hunter's full moon happening on Wednesday, October 20th at 7:57 Pacific time, 10:57 Eastern time. So there is a lot going on this full moon, and it starts an energetic cycle for the next 6 months, which is going to kickstart a very intense energetic shift in the world. So let's start by talking about full moons in general. As most of you are aware, full moons are usually culmination points or realization points for what has been going on for the past month, and also a good point for release. The Hunter's full moon happening right now is well known as that moon because it is the time when the hunters get the last bit of good light before winter sets in. So after the harvest moon last month, the hunter's moon, they usually are very aligned, and that kickstarts the winter cycle. And fall is a very magical time because they say whenever two worlds meet, the layers are the thinnest. So fall is a very powerful time for both manifestation or release, depending on what is happening in your life before the season of Samhain starts. So, what makes this full moon so intense? We have a Pluto T square to Mars, and as we all know, Pluto is a very intense planet, very powerful in its impact. And when it is not just squaring but T squaring Mars, and this is going to create a very volatile energy, and we have to be very careful that we use this powerful energy in a positive way. If we're not grounded and coming from an empowered place, it can be like a tsunami that sweeps us up, right? Now, Pluto is very psychic, and it's engaged with our inner child and our inner mind, so it goes very deep into deeper layers. And with the T square, there could be a lot of power struggles, a lot of misunderstandings. And the theme behind that is because the full moon is in Aries, and the full moon opposes the sun, which is in Libra. The theme is around my power versus that in the community. So there is empowerment that will come through, but only through the release of power struggles. And when there is resistance to that release, that's where the issues can come up. In this full moon, the intensity will be about holding people or groups in your life accountable for where they stand in terms of your borders. And Mars, and because Libra is in the mix, it is about how we relate to each other, whether we're at harmony and balance with our relationships, and where we're not, that will be highlighted. And Mars being opposite the moon sets up this tension which comes up to be resolved. So at this point in time, it's very important to work through an empathetic standpoint. So, just put yourself in another's shoes and see what you would have done and why they did what they did, or whatever it is, that whatever theme is coming up for you. During the Aries full moon, you also get a lot of energy to start. It's a new beginning, and it's a new beginning for self. So it's purging all old habits that no longer serve you, that are deeply embedded in your subconscious with that depth of Pluto, in order to bring to life or create brand new beginnings or completely reinvent yourself by purging those patterns. So this moon can be used in a very productive way if you so choose. Um, and keep away from the octave of the power struggle that may be happening inside you or around you with your relations, because the Aries Pluto axis is always about me versus we and how I fit into the collective and how the collective feeds me or drains me. Um, Also, a lot of compulsive patterns may come up to be released or even revealed, some that you may not even know about. So, there is that piece as well. The full moon is happening in 27 degrees, which adds up to 9, which in numerology is the number of completion. So it's a cycle is completing and a brand new cycle is beginning. A cycle of brand new cycle of self is beginning through Aries. Now, in the mix of all of this is Eris. And Eris, which is completely different from Aries, it's the female planet who is well known as the revolutionary or the rebel that only fights for a cause and not without a cause. But also Aries is very um, known for her process of revelation. So it reveals things. Pluto is ruled by Scorpio, and it brings out from the depths truths to be revealed. So if something hasn't been going right, or if truths have been hidden, there is a very powerful chance of those truths to be revealed within your life or in the collective. And through that, the truth being revealed and being processed, there is a cycle that completes with the 9, the completion, and a new cycle begins itself. Now, another thing happening is it kickstarts a long-term cycle. So what's happening with this full moon is the intensity starts ramping up for the next few months, and it builds up until February, when we have the Pluto return in the chart of USA. And Pluto has a long orbit, so it's been a while since it was there, and now it's going to bring complete shifts within the entire framework of the country. And also the sun moves into Scorpio and Mars is in Scorpio, and the next new moon we're going to have is in Scorpio. So there is a lot of intensity and depth with all of this. This is not a light energy by any means, which is why it's so important to navigate it from a very grounded space to make the best use of it. So I want you to contemplate on what is it that you're ready to release this full moon. How do you intend to put this into action and use Mars's energy fruitfully, but also not jump into any impulses regardless of whatever is happening, not take actions that will create a finality if that's not what you're intending. Because a lot of people may act out of impulse and like close chapters without thinking through the repercussions. So if that's what you want to do, that's great, but you just need to step back and think it through and let this intense full moon energy pass. And usually the full moon energy lasts for about 2 to 3 days before and after. And then by the time we get into the new moon in Scorpio energy, you will know deep inside what that is revealing for you. And also think about what practices usually help you with the release of heavier emotions, because those are the practices that you would need to survive through this phase. And also because there is the Aries Libra theme in the mix, think about what does a supportive community look like for you? And if your current community is meeting that bandwidth, or if you need to manifest something new for you. So whenever there are completions, remember space is made for new, better things to come. So don't look at it as a finality and an ending, but look at it as making space for new beginnings. But also, when themes are coming up, look at what's coming up for you, right? Now, with all that heavier stuff said, in the Vedic astrology, this is known as Sharad Poornima. So around the time of Sharad Poornima, or the hunter's moon, full moon, the energy that is poured into the earth has very special, intense light rays. So there's a lot of light coming through, and it is a great time for attuning to the energies of Mother Lakshmi, the goddess of prosperity. And for those of you who enjoy doing your Vedic rituals, offering yellow or red flowers to Lakshmi, and sweet white things such as sweetened rice, and also offering that to the moon, brings in the energy of extreme prosperity. So this is a day to worship Lakshmi and Krishna and moon through the chant Om Som Somaya Namaha, or any moon chants, any Vedic moon chants, and offer water and rice to the moon. So in that sense, it is an auspicious time to bring in and manifest prosperity. So there is a little bit of a light in around this dark cloud, and if you really use this energy well, then it will bring such an energetic transformation within the very core of your inner being, and such strong new beginnings with that Aries energy, and shifting of timelines to be in a better space. Just keep reminding yourself that as the world undergoes its shift, you can always choose to be on your highest timeline, depending on the frequency that you choose to align with. Everything is about frequency. Instead of feeling like a victim and feeling like things are happening to you, we always have a choice to create our reality regardless of whatever is happening in the external world. But yes, in the next few months, the intensity is going to start ramping up, and there are going to be complete shifts, especially in the chart of USA and everywhere else. We're going to see big, giant shifts. All the shifts that we've been talking about all these years, that the intensity of that is beginning to come. So just be prepared and put on your seatbelts and ground yourself for the big roller coaster ride. And remember that you can stay in your frequency, and you do not have to feel like you need to be part of the ride unless that is what you choose to do and it is actually working to your benefit, right? Thank you again for listening, my dear soul tribe. I know it's been a while, but I will be more consistent with the videos. Lots of love. Oh, and for some of you who have been my clients, I just wanted to let you know that I've actually lost all of my contacts. So if you need to reach out to me, please reach out to me, because I will not be able to reach out and follow up with you. We just had an issue with the iOS, and it erased all my contacts, and I guess that's the reason I haven't really been able to even do a lot of videos. But things are coming back, and I will be back in action. Have a great rest of your day, and lots of love.